So what is a Creole?
Diri.
A Creole is a language that's developed from mixing a few other languages together.
Diri.
It's not always considered a full language in the traditional sense, but
Diri.
that's not really fair. It's not on a different kind of level of language, for sure.
Ou manger
It's just a
diri.
different way a language has formed. Boy, we spoke about it being petit garçon.
Petit garçon.
Garçon is boy in French, but man in Creole. And it's likely that T before the word means small or young. Day. Joe looks happy. Have you guys heard of the duo idea that this little owl is in fact a kakapo? I don't know where it started, but just think about it for a second. Have you ever seen a green owl? I don't think I have. And yet there are very owl-like birds in New Zealand called kakapo. Kaka is the name of a few varieties of birds that are parrots, and paw means night, so the kakapo is a night parrot that mostly lives on the ground. Like a lot of our birds, they developed to never fly because there were never any predators to catch them on the ground originally, before people came to New Zealand bringing rats and pigs and stoats and other mammals that weren't here before, and other mammals that weren't here before, and other mammals that weren't here before, and it's so definitely a kakapo, that's for sure, in my opinion. You can choose to think of it whatever you like, but it's nice for me to think of it as a kakapo considering it's such a special bird in New Zealand. Okay, let's change things up. Let's now jump into some Dutch. Haven't done any Dutch today. It has a very similar sound to English, or perhaps if you think of it on a spectrum from English to German, on a Germanic language spectrum, Dutch would be roughly in the middle.
De muis. Hij heeft een muis.
Who has a mouse? Maybe it's that boy in the movie Ratatouille. Oh, except it was a rat. Now you might think that word for dog is nothing like English or French or any other European language I know the word for dog in. But it's not so different from hound, quite a typical kind of dog you might see in a movie. So I remember it like that.
Het dier drinkt.
Okay, the animal drinks. But what? What animal? What does it drink? Yes, I'm an animal, technically. Humans are animals, right? Well, I'm drinking kiwi juice, kiwi fruit juice. Not juice of people who live in Aotearoa. That would be disturbing. Kiwi fruit juice and kava tonight together. All this talk of parrots and drinks. What does a kakapo drink? Does it drink anything? Who knows? I would imagine it doesn't drink kava because kava doesn't grow in New Zealand. Right. Hi, Duo. He is waving at me. Let's continue with another lesson. Ooh, to get us to the top of the promotion zone on the leaderboard today. That would be nice. You might notice my weekly track record of Duo lessons on the right here. I'm not the most consistent Duolingo user, but I've been working on it for a few weeks and I'm hoping these streams will help that as well.
De eend drinkt melk.
Do ducks drink milk? I thought they drank water.
Paard. De man heeft een koe.
Do you have a cow? I don't have a cow. I have an octopus, but not a living one.
Vogel.
Not a dead one either, just to clarify. I have a plushie.
En. Rijst. Dier.
De schildpad en het konijn lezen het menu.
The turtle something reads the menu? Seriously? Alright. The turtle and the...
Konijn.
Oh.
Konijn. Het.
Rabbit. I'm a bit concerned. Last time I checked, rabbits can't read menus. Talk about skyrocketing. I'm very proud of my progress today compared to my average of maybe 40. I love the Welsh people in the Welsh language because they could have had anything on their flag. Anything at all. And they chose to put an extremely complicated image of a dragon on their flag. It doesn't follow the flag rules of being easy to duplicate for practicality purposes. And I kind of love it. Alright. If you haven't heard Welsh before, get ready. It sounds quite unique.
Radio.
Maybe not so unique sometimes. Gold is ore. And that, at least, is from Latin roots. There's a reason that gold has the letters AU on the periodic table. It was originally called aurum. Of course, if you see a word with UM on the end, you can almost always link it to the Latin language.
Je geen peintio'r llawr?
Hopefully. Why would you paint the floor? Please shout out if you've ever tried to paint a floor. I haven't. Generally the paint goes on the wall, right? To anyone who may not have done as much duo as I have, do not be tempted by the cute appearance of the character duo, whether or not it is a kakapo. It's not as innocent as it appears, promise. You will feel guilt when you forget a day. Yay! Beady eyes will notice I have anglais on the list, which means English, but English learned from the perspective of a native French speaker. It gets really interesting when you're less good at French than English and trying to do it backwards. Yeah, quite a few languages. Every now and then I'll just take a look at a new one for curiosity, and then, well, there's not really any point in removing them from the list. Besides, I could never get rid of Welsh. It's got a dragon on the flag. Oh, speaking of cool animals. Ooh, French? Okay, maybe French. Speaking of cool animals that are country icons, any of you listening know that the animal of Scotland is in fact a unicorn? The official animal of Scotland. Ugh, yuck. No, let's start the lesson. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. How do I even. Oh. Alright, we'll do it fast. Generally, with these verbs, if you're not sure, the one that's I, je is I, the verb will end in an S. If you're talking about he, she, it, the verb will probably end in a T, like this example at the bottom. I guess in English, in more formal English, we would take a drink or a cup of tea. We would choose it. I'll take milk with my coffee, for example. Not a true example. I don't really like milk in my coffee. Duo looks like he's ready to fight. I don't want to, you know, Duo.
Êtes-vous espagnol?
Why does Espanol in the spelling look like the name of a pasta?